as soon as you get to the Niners, and I think we've talked to you about it before, potentially in the past, but has there ever been a more perfect fit for you in a place like Shanahan's offense? Because whenever you come from the Panthers, because you went to Carolina, took over Carolina, okay? Cam Newton, obviously MVP. It was his team. Became your team, though, because of obviously how dynamic you are in all facets. You come to the Niners, first game, you're throwing, I think you're catching, you're running, and it felt like a perfect fit. Does it still feel like that? And how happy are you that you, the style of player you are in this particular offense?
Yeah, I think, you hit it on the spot. I always have so much gratitude when I walk in the building just because of the staff that we have, because of the players I get to play with. And, yeah, man, it feels like a perfect fit, just for, being a football player, being somebody that loves the game, loves to learn. It feels so fun, I mean, it's, you can line you up anywhere, and you're playing with guys like, like Juwan Jennings, like George Kittle, like Kyle Juszczyk. You got a great quarterback, Trent Williams. Legends of the game that you get to go out there and practice and in games with and have fun. And so, yeah, I feel very fortunate to be there.
You're so explosive still. You getting old, or what's happening? How is this working? Because remember, we pretty big talkers about how, like, you don't have the – kind of Alex Honnold, okay?
Okay.
Kind of. Sure. Kind of Alex Honnold, where
Thank you.
You are yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, now, granted, I don't think you're dangling from the building, but I will say – you explode through contact, it feels like. For somebody who is as fast and, catches, runs, everything like that, you were looking for contact and exploding all the time. Your training, are you always, like, year-round? How have you been able to maintain the explosiveness, I think, as you continue to get older? No offense.
Yeah, none taken.
Okay,
no, I think, I always say, building the foundation to kind of withstand the storm starts really when the Super Bowl ends, and you start to train again and you start to get in that shape. And so, as an individual player, there's a lot of people that have something to do with somebody's success. And so I have a great team of trainers, great team of bodywork guys, and I have teammates that are constantly inspiring me. Again, you talk about all those guys I just mentioned. They're selflessly playing football. They're selling out for you. They're blocking for you. They're running clear routes so that you can get open. And so when it's your time to do that, or when you do have the ball in your hands, you owe it to them to sell out.
You're a weapon, dude.
One of the good ones.
Can you, obviously, your dad, pro. I think we've
Grandpappy.
Yeah, great uncle.
Legend.
Aunt,
yeah.
Isn't it like your entire family tree is basically like you? I don't want to say you were kind of created to be this machine.
You were,
but you kind of were, right?
Good genes.
Isn't that kind of a conversation in this entire thing?
Say it again.
Your genes are fucking the most athletic.
Really thankful for the genetics. That's it's a huge blessing.
AJ has a question for you.
Speaking of that, you mentioned Juszczyk. Obviously, how awesome this guy is. We see him moving around pre-snap, all the stuff he can do. I guess, what does he do for you, and how do you enjoy being on the field with him? We see the videos you guys in, like the cold tubs and hot tubs, having a good time. Obviously, relationship is great, but on the field, what does he do for you?
Yeah, I think again, people talk about my versatility a lot, and I definitely think it's one of my biggest strengths. But I think it's a big strength because of the versatility of the other players, and that's juice, to a T. He can block anybody on the field. He can block any scheme. Blocking somebody's one thing, but doing it within the scheme and doing it the way the play is coached is a whole nother thing. So his knowledge of football and understanding where to be and when to be there, hat placement, driving your feet, he makes it really easy on a runner. And that's something that's it's not a little thing at all. I mean, it's huge. It's what makes the play go. But then you see him catching, double moves. You see him running clear routes. You see him catching the flat and getting 20 yards, running wheels, whatever it is. He's a complete football player, which is why, he's been to 700 Pro Bowls. He's really is the definition of a ball player and somebody that does it the right way, who's extremely selfless, who will stick his face in there for anybody on his team. And, again, I don't ever take for granted being able to play with guys like that.
Isn't that something, too, like with the Harvard brain? We used to say this about Fitzmagic. Like, Fitzmagic has a Harvard brain, and he was willing just to throw it directly into absolutely anything. It's like, those are precious things. Harvard brains are like precious commodities, and Fitzmagic's like, yeah, sweet. Watch me run this thing into somebody. And then Juszczyk, a fullback in the NFL. It's a fascinating dynamic with, like, the tough positions, but how smart you have to be, like, excellent. He's first ballot Hall of Famer, would have to be. If they start stacking his...
Well, I mean, there's no fullbacks in right now. They're not letting a fullback in on the first ballot,
he's first
I don't
ballot.
think. He
He's
should
first
be.
ballot.
I hope
Renzo
so.
Neal's pushing.
Vinatieri
so.
should have been first ballot, but he was a kicker. Is this what you're saying?
That's what he's the all-time leading
Juszczyk
scorer.
can do
in
everything,
history.
though. He's a
Hey, let
fullback,
him
tight
in.
end. Juszczyk's a
True.
little bit everything.
Oh, and he's probably saying that in those negotiations too.
should.
Yeah, and Lynch
Hope
is
so.
like, "No, you're a fullback, bud." no, I'm a tight end. I catch the ball. Yeah. Okay, cool. You're a fullback back here. That's certainly what it is. D-Bud has a question for you,
That's
Christian.
a nightmare game plan for with all you guys. But versatility-wise, I grew up, watching like Marshall Faulk, and that's who you remind me of. And now the young guys, you're an OG now in the league. I'm sure a lot of young guys reach out. How has that been, I guess, having conversations with those young, like a Bijan or a Jahmyr Gibbs or these guys who are dynamic, not only getting the ball in the backfield, but also out in space?
No, it's huge, man. I think I look at a guy like Marshall Faulk, guy like Roger Craig. They're kind of pioneers of the way that how I play the position and being able to move all over the place and kind of taking pride in when you're lining up in the slot, not just being a running back running routes, but becoming a receiver, being able to move the same way, run any route on the route tree. And so it's really cool, and especially I got to train with Bijan this summer. And just watching him and being able to pass along knowledge and take a bunch of stuff from him too is really cool. I think running backs, you got the tight end and you got a bunch of the O lines that are starting to do stuff. Quarterbacks, how these can. We've never really had anything, but I feel like that's starting to change. And guys are starting to get together and train together and do all these things because the way the position is trending. I mean, you see guys, all over the league now that. Are special players who can do anything. Yeah. So it's definitely cool to see how the game is continuing to evolve, and then there's so many special players who are doing it. We were just at the Pro Bowl, and Bijan and Jahmyr both were just, for me as a
Oh, yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say it. As I get later in my
There you go.
Yeah.
No, it really is special to see, man, and just fortunate to be around guys like that.
Yeah, but everybody's trying to do what you get. Like, hey, who are we hiring? We want a Shanahan offense with that's what the NFL is kind of trying to become everywhere. What you guys are kind of laying down. So I assume all these young guys look up to your old ass as well. I think that is probably something. All right, go ahead, Tone. Last question here.
Yeah, we're a football sports show first, but secondary a health and wellness show. And I think I saw something where at night. So we're trying to learn here. You're turning off your Wi-Fi at night.
Here we go.
No. We're not
matter.
living next.
What do you mean? Here we go. I'm trying to be
You
like
look
you.
fantastic. I said that yesterday. You look great.
And what did I tell you?
You said you got a lot of medicine running through you.
Yes, I do. So now, I need to have no Wi-Fi running through me.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. No, I don't
like
know
that.
where I got that. I probably did that once or twice. I'm like, because I read it on Instagram, which is where you need to get your information.
Yes,
where you get
memes.
information.
Yes.
Great boys.
Speaking
Instagram Reels is the new medical science. So for me,
I agree.
Saw it on a reel, figured this is genius, and tried it.
And it worked.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know if it worked or not. Listen, for real, I'll do anything to get a 0.1% better any day. And if someone's going to tell me, hey, turn your Wi-Fi, I'm like, hey, that can't hurt. Maybe it'll work. So let's try it.
You turn the Wi-Fi off, huh?
I've dabbled. I've dabbled in turning the Wi-Fi off.
I mean, unfortunately,
you got to turn the substation off or what?
Doesn't matter.
Pull that plug.
I don't like that has to come up in every conversation.
It's real.
It does have to.
It's on the internet.
It's crazy. I mean, Achilles tendonitis. There's a
that came out
chance
of
like
nowhere.
that.
Come on.
I know, but it came out of nowhere, and then you think about the substation. It's like, well, hold on
wait
now.
a minute.
You're sleeping without Wi-Fi on. Don't act like we're crazy.
You guys are nuts. Look, honestly, though, in football, there's too many variables to say that like one thing causes injuries. I don't believe that that's true. A guy like Fred Warner, who he trains there every day in the offseason. He's been healthy the whole time. He got rolled up on bad and broke his leg. It's not his. That's football.
Well, we don't know.
So now that's why it's to say one thing, to say it's you did this wrong or this. There's so much that has to go right, and I know that you can do everything right in an off season and train at the perfect spot and train perfectly, and then you play football and you show up and in the first quarter of the first game some bad stuff happens. That's ball, man. It has been for the test of time. We got injury plagued this year, which was tough. You hate to see your boys go down like that, but sometimes that's just the way it goes.
But you wouldn't be opposed to shutting the substation.
Yeah, what if they said, you know what, this is actually a Wi-Fi station now?
Yeah, let's move it.
What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, like Hawaii, like if you trained in the Caribbean next to a beach, you had the full thing, that'd be fantastic, but that's not, any team would want that, but look, again, I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor.
Yeah,
You went to
I can't-
Stanford. What are you talking about?
I think you kind of are.
I dropped
scientists.
out. I dropped out of Stanford. That doesn't count.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people drop into classes at Stanford and go on to be
Me,
geniuses.
Zuckerberg, the Snapchat founder, we all dropped out. Guys like us, we all dropped out.
MySpace guy.
Yeah, MySpace.
I think Albert Einstein college dropout
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, all of us. Same.
Yeah.
You know.
Me too. I didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way. When can I get out of here? Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah. Yeah, you did the same.
Did the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured life.
Yeah, at family reunions and stuff, you looked around and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not supposed to do school. It's sports.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly.
Well, I want to know if can you shoot?
Yeah, I could shoot a little bit.
Okay, did you play in high school?
Played in high school.
How were you? Pretty good? Were we flying around?
Yeah, I was good.
Are we?
Like Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, I was dunking.
Yeah, because we're talking about Cooper DeJean earlier. You two kind of Spider-Man memeing each other. Is that the kind of shit? Is that what we're talking about?
Yep.
Man, I think we do need you guys at some point to maybe get in a room. Ping pong, I think
Dangerous
you got 'em.
tandem. Would be a dangerous tandem.
Oh my God, it would be.
Yep.
Especially with the conversation that was happening, about a year ago. I think we'd have good reps. I think we would have good reps.
You'd have a lot of smart, tough, quicker than fast.
Bingo.
Coaches on the field,
Yeah.
Lunch pail.
locker room guys.
But also now we got a couple guys that can lock down in the back end.
That's
Not
what I
expect
mean.
that.
Yeah.
Got guys doing a lot of this in high school.
Good luck.
Whoa! Whoa! This is a showcase. This is not a
Good luck.
competition. This is a
Good luck.
showcase.
There's always matchups.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to find out right now. Okay. This is called the Charity Super Shot. Yesterday, over $70,000 was donated and made shots from this area. Now, granted, there's been people that have taken advantage of the lack of rules that we have. You can certainly do that, and I think you will do that because of how competitive you are as a human being, especially if you're turning off Wi-Fi at night because you read something. $85,000 raised yesterday. Okay, you have 3 attempts at this hoop right here, Christian.
Okay.
If you make it on the first try, which will be tough, state fair ball.
Seated. Let me see this ball.
Yeah, you can get a feel for it. You can get a feel for it.
That's not an easy ball.
No, it's not.
Light.
You're already
Jamar
starting
Chase.
with a.
Jamar Chase, only person to make it on the first shot. If you make it on the
He
first
was
shot,
seated.
Yeah, he was actually.
was
I
Oh,
think,
you did?
Oh,
I think he was
Yeah.
seated.
T. Higgins was standing.
Okay.
I thought
I think
Jamar
Jamar
was
sat.
sitting.
I think
Start
he
seated.
sat.
Bryce was
See what
Bryce
happens.
might be better.
Bryce
we got
was
boom
standing.
replay. It said
Yeah,
Bryce.
There's
Watch the
Bryce, yeah.
Bryce stood.
You get a little more arc seated though, no?
Yeah, because you got lights to deal with.
Okay, here's your. Yep.
Yeah, I got.
Bang.
Yeah, it was not his first try. Yeah, it was not his first try. So you can beat him here if you want. For
Good to
real
go?
White.
Hold on.
Hold on, watch.
tape,
What are you
dude.
doing? All right,
Got it to
okay.
show.
All right, here we go. Christian, first shot, $20,000 to a
Okay.
charity of your choosing. Charity Super Shot here in San Francisco.
Oh, that looked good.
It was a good
I thought
effort.
that was money.
Very Grandfather
You
would be
got to stay
disgusted.
seated.
Okay, same exact ball. Now hold on one second. That was your first shot?
Yeah.
Let's go to your teammate Fred Warner's first shot yesterday. Go
Um,
That's a
ahead.
good one.
This was.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so
that doesn't show.
that was worst of day. That was worst of day. Maybe worst of all time. Fred, we love you, but only one.
why does that not shock you?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Linebackers aren't hoopers.
Yeah,
right?
at all. I don't
Or
know.
never been
Sometimes.
hoopers.
AJ takes a lot of pride.
Unfortunately, they take
5
charges.
fouls in the first quarter.
10,000.
Oh, that's a good shot.
We've only had one bank.
Is it Jamar?
Nice. Tough ball to
Jamar
bank.
Well,
Tough
it's
ball
coming
to bank.
coming
Here
from
you go.
Jamar Chase right now.
10,000.
Oh,
That
man.
thing took a turn in the air.
FedEx will
Deliver
hit
it.
that third one. Yep.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Shout out to FedEx. Shout out to you, brother.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on.
It's a good workout for you.
Good deal. You're the man.
Thank you.
Thank you.